Shaking Spear or The Taming of the Sioux. Yeah, so this is one of Walter Dale's melodramas, and Warren Graves had written 3 original melodramas for Walter Dale, and this is his second of the 3. And the first one, The Mumberley Inheritance, is actually fairly well known, I think. I think it was redone as more of a straight-up drama, but it was initially intended as a melodrama for Walter Dale's Klondike Days melodramas, and it's hilarious. I had initially asked Warren. Unfortunately, he passed away last February, but I initially asked him about his Walter Dale melodrama. I don't remember what it was called. The Apple II, Adam and Eve Meet Apple II, right? And because I'm a Mac user, and so this is about it was done in 1984, so it's this sort of 1984 sort of Orson Welles mentality, but done as a melodrama, and there's all sorts of local things that come in. So I initially asked him if he was interested in that. He said, well, yes, but why don't you do Chief Shaking Spear? Why don't we put that in the anthology? Because it's about Walter Dale. And I didn't know anything about it at the time, so I read it, and it actually tells the story. Well, no, it doesn't tell the story. What it does is it parodies the events of Walter Dale gaining the firehouse home, the fire hall home in 1974. And Warren Graves had been an administrator on the Walter Dale board, as well as being a very well-known director and actor in town, basically getting a start at Walter Dale in the late 60s. And so he was one of the negotiators, I guess, with the city to get this fire hall venue then. And so, as I think anybody knows, having to work anything administratively that sort of lasts for a few years, as this did, it was a lot of frustrations. And he just had, I get the feeling he had a very humorous take on these sorts of frustrations. So he thought, well, I'm going to write this as a melodrama and sort of parody some of the local characters in the play. And so this is in there. I think anybody that is familiar with Edmonton history, anybody that lived in Edmonton at the time, I think will be able to recognize some parodied characters.